Okay, candidates. So our rest topic is like order by, group by, limit, ascending, descending, aggregation function, etc. And we'll try to perform joins in SQL if it is possible, right? So first of all, let me start with the aggregation function. So aggregation functions which particularly aggregate all the data and return a single value, right? Like the sum function. Sum function particularly sum of all the values of sales and return a single value. Minimum, maximum, average. These are the aggregation function. Okay, candidate? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now particularly how to particularly work on this function. So let me show this. Select star from world.country. Shivani, this is my complete data and I just only want to calculate the overall population or the total population. So I can just simply run select population population from world.country, right? So the thing is that if I just simply run this, it will return me a complete column of these particular population values, right? But the problem is I don't want these all rows value. What I want is a collective value or a single value of all the population, or I can say just a total population. So I'll just wrap this population inside this sum function and it will just simply give me a simple value which is total population. So Shivani, I'm getting the overall population or the total population, but the column name is not perfect, right? What I am getting is just a sum of population, right? Can I just change this column name or simply can I just rename this column name? Yes, Pradeep sir, can
Yes.
we have any procedure for that?
Yes. Yeah, select
Please.
some population as a
Okay,
population.
perfect. We can give aliasing for this particularly
Yes.
column name, right?
Total
Shivani?
population. Yes.
So I can just simply say select sum of population as, and as is for aliasing. Aliasing is
Alias.
for
Yes.
I will consider this sum of population as total population, right? I will consider this sum as population and total population. Now this time it will return me a total population column name. Yes or no? Shivani, the best thing is that there is no such requirement of using this as a statement. If we are directly giving any name just after the aggregation function of with particular column, it will consider this name as a aggregation name, right? Or a column name or a result column. Yes or no? And it will give me the same value. Shivani, any doubt?
No,
So,
sir.
but aliasing is like important to particularly show two different developers that we are particularly giving this aggregation a temporary name, a result as a temporary name, right? Now, can I run multiple aggregation? Okay, so this is the question. Let me just show you the different approach to apply a aggregation. Pradeep sir, can I just simply use this string instead of this underscore? Shivani, again, this will give me perfect value, right? Total space population. But
Yes.
it is not recommended to use in this way. Why? Because whenever we are using spaces or giving spaces, in future it will definitely create some sort of problems when we are like particularly connecting this with another or with other programming languages. So it's always recommended to use underscore, but sometime we have to use this space also. So in short, we can use this codes to particularly give a temporary aliasing name. And Shivani, we can also give this backtick, right? This is the same way that we were performing in like alter operation of table name or database name. Yeah. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt? Pradeep
Yes,
sir?
sir.
So total population we can perform is the in this way total population and total population. And in all these particularly statements, either we can use as or there is no such requirement for that also. Shivani, any doubt? So the second question is, Pradeep sir, can I fetch multiple aggregated value with just a single query? Suppose I want to particularly check sum of population as total population and minimum population as, let me say it, minimum population. Can I run this, Deep sir? If I just try to run this, it will say there is some syntax mistake, right? So candidate, you cannot call a multiple aggregation, right? if you are calling this multiple aggregation and you are supposing to particularly use in this way, it will give you this kind of result, right? So it's always recommended to use quotes or comma, sorry, not quotes. Pradeep sir, any doubt? So this will be
No,
considered
sir,
as a
no.
two statement. Yes or no? Shivani, suppose I particularly want to fetch the maximum population also. So for that I have to run like this. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt? And it will give me the
No, sir.
maximum population also. But maximum population of what? Right? So for that we have to particularly work on group by concept, right? So candidate minimum, maximum, average, we can particularly perform this aggregation function if I just want to particularly fetch a single value or to particularly aggregate a single or to aggregate a multiple data into a single value. We have a count function for that also. If I want to count the overall records of my data, I can just simply run select count from world.country. And Pradeep sir, what exactly that we have to give inside this count function? Shivani, I can just simply give any column name. Yes or no? Select count
Yes, sir.
population from world.country and it will count the complete rows. Shivani, the best thing is that I can also give star over there, right? Star will generally try to count all the
All.
possible rows in context of table, right? And again, it will give me the same result. In fact, I have to give the aliasing also. Total records like this, total records. And this is the same as we are performing this. Shivani, any doubt?
No,
No?
sir.
So Pradeep sir, the final statement is this. Instead of particularly giving this, I can also give any temporary string. Suppose I am counting this Python. I know that there is no such Python column inside this world.country, but it will try to reiterate this with the help of this world.country, and it again it will give me the same result. Yes or no? But we will not use this type of count statement or count function. Pradeep sir, any doubt? No?
No,
Shivani?
sir, no.
No, sir.
So these functions are called candidate aggregation function. So the basic statement to use these types of functions are like we have to particularly use this group by concept. Deep sir, may I can you just explain me what you understand by group by concept? Deep sir.
Yes, sir. It's a, give the result in a group, counting of the group with a having clause.
Okay. And why there is requirement of group by concept?
Like if we are like counting of the same type of items like electronic items or some particular items, then we can uh, create the
Okay.
group and
So
yes.
let me give you the scenario. Shivani, suppose this is the question, right? Select star from world dot population. Select start from world dot population. Okay, what is the issue? World. Oh, why I'm writing this world dot population? It's world dot country. Right? Okay. Select start from world dot country. Now the question is, Shivani, this time I don't just only want the individual population of individual country, right? What I want, you have to particularly sum up all the population of a specific continent. Suppose I want the total population of North America continent. I want a total population of Asia continent. So for that we have to particularly in this types of problems we have to particularly work on group by concept, right? So we have to make sure that if we are working on group by, the first column should be textual data and the data should be in repetition. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? Right? And if I want to
Yes, sir.
particularly aggregate this Asia with this like population, in this way I can aggregate all the population, whether it is sum, minimum, maximum, count, average, and so on, in context of this Asia continent or with any continent. Yes or no, like this. So Shivani, for that you have to write select the first textual column, in which column you want to apply a group by. So what is your first column? Continent, yes or no? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Select continent and then you have to particularly pick the numerical column, in which numerical column you want to perform an aggregation operation, and I want to perform an aggregation operation over this population column, POPULATION. What kind of aggregation, guys, I want to perform? I want to perform some calculation, right? So I can just simply say select continent sum of population from where, Pradeep sir, where? From world dot country. If I just try to run this, Shivani, definitely I'll have to encounter with this arrow, which is say, which exactly say in aggregated query without group by, right? It means we are particularly running this query without using a group by concept. Pradeep sir, yes or no?
Yes.
So why there is requirement of group by? So Shivani, in short, we are grouping this continent with this aggregation data. So that's why we have to write this statement in this way. We'll say select continent sum of population from world dot country, and then you have to particularly group this continent. You have to particularly group this continent with the help of group by constraint or group by statement. Group by with this continent. Now, if I just run this, Pradeep sir, definitely it will give me the perfect answer or result, which is continent and sum of population. Shivani, any doubt? No. This time
No, sir.
it's giving me a respective continent and with their aggregated value. What is the total population of Europe? This is the total population of Europe, right? What do you, how do you particularly calculate the total population of South America? We can calculate the total population of South America with the help of this group by concept. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No.
No. So the question is, Shivani, can I run a multiple aggregation? Of course, we can run a multiple aggregation in the same way that we have performed this earlier, right? So let me just copy this, and I want to particularly group by this data base of continent, but this time I don't only want to show a sum of population. I want to show the sum as well as the maximum population. Maximum population of what? Maximum population of each continent. Now this time, Shivani, it will give me the result of North America, their total population and their maximum population. Shivani, can we use an aggregation like aliasing concept to particularly rename my column? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So for that, I'll just simply break this statement into multiple lines, and I'll say sum of population aliased as total population,
Total population.
right? Let me alias this max population as maximum population, right? And if I just run this, guys, you have to be make sure that spell should be correct. POPULATION, right? And this will give me the perfect result with something this result like continent, total population, and maximum population. Mohit, any doubt related to this? Let me just magnify it like this. Shivani, perfect. So we are
Yes, sir.
getting a group by of each continent and the total population as well as the maximum population. Okay. So the Pradeep sir question is, we particularly check that we can perform a multiple aggregation, right? Now the question is, how many multiple aggregation we can perform? There is no such limitation for that, but we have to perform the basic aggregation like minimum, maximum, let me say average of what? Population. Okay, and as average population. And Shivani, I can just simply say, let me count the number of countries inside a continent. So I'll just simply say count of population or count of any another data, or let me just count this as name. I know that a name is a country name. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? C
No, sir.
O U N T R Y. world dot country. Okay. So if I run this, it will give me the total values, right? This is the average population. This is the particularly total country inside this continent, total country inside this continent, and 14 countries inside this South America. And the average population of 14 country is this, the maximum population is this, and the total population is this. In this group by way, we can particularly formulate our table and to get the meaningful information from the table or records, right? Mohit, any doubt? This is the same concept we have performed earlier in Power BI, right? But in Power BI, we have to particularly perform this manually. But in MySQL or any SQL language, we have to write query for this, right? Okay, candidates. Any doubt? Shivani? So the next question
No,
is,
sir.
can we perform a multiple grouping operation? Pradeep sir, can we perform multiple grouping operation? This is just a single grouping operation, which is continent, right? Shivani, any guess? Yes, candidate,
I
we
think
can
no.
perform multiple aggregation, right? Sorry, multiple grouping. We have already performed multiple aggregation, right? To particularly perform a multiple grouping, you have to be make sure that the grouping should only be performed over the textual data and the data should be in repetition. Yes or no? So let me just check what other columns that might have the repeated data. Let's start from world dot country. And what you will find that region may have multiple repeated data. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? So I can use region. So Shivani, I'll write, you have to first fetch this continent, then region, right? Select continent, comma region, and then group by this with this continent and then with this region. No need to write the group by again. Shivani, any doubt, Pradeep sir? You have to just
No,
simply
sir.
call this region and just group it. If I just run this, guys, it will give you the complete multiple grouping, which is like continent, region, total population, minimum, maximum population, average, and total country. Let me just show this. If I just click on this, it will give me the complete record of Africa, right? And it says in Africa, we have multiple region. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? Because in Africa we have multiple regions, so the total population of Central Africa is this. The maximum population of Central Africa is this. This is the average population, and the overall country inside Africa is this. And with respect to each region, Southern Africa, Northern Africa, these are the list of countries or the total count of countries. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? Mohit, Shivani? No.
No, sir.
So in this way, candidate, we can perform a group by concept, right? So group by can allows you to particularly group your data with respect to any textual repeated call values or with multiple aggregation, right? Okay. Now the question is, Shivani, suppose I want to particularly arrange this order in ascending order so that I can simply measure which continent, which region particularly has the maximum or the minimum population, right? And what is the maximum average population with region and continent wise? Can I say this, Pradeep sir? Are you there? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Let me just copy this. Candidate, after writing this group by statement, I can just simply write order by, right? Shivani, order by is for to particularly order by your result or records, right? In which column or on basis of what column you want to particularly sort this data. So I can say I want to order by this data with the help of this sum of population, right? And instead of writing this, I can also call this total population. It will order by the result in ascending order. It will order by the result in candidate ascending order. Yes or no? So now forget this, right? It will say in Antarctica continent and in Antarctica region, the total population is zero, the minimum is zero, maximum is zero, average is zero, but the total country inside Antarctica region is 5. Candidate, any doubt related to this? Mohit, are you there? Pradeep sir? Okay. So let me just copy
Yes,
this.
sir.
Shivani, I can just simply say, I don't want this total population sorted in ascending order. I want to be sort this in descending order. So after calling this order by with the column name or the temporary column name, which is aliased column name, I have to give this DESC. This DESC is not for describe. This DESC is for descending order. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt,
Yes,
Shivani?
sir.
Now, if you just run this, you'll get maximum, the total population as highest as possible with reference of each values. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? No.
No, no, sir.
So
No.
instead of sorting this on total population, let me just sort this on total country count. Total country count. So I'll say, what is the total country count aliasing its total country? So Shivani, you have to replace this with this. And if you run this, it will say North America with Caribbean region, North America continent has the highest number of country. And let me know the least. The least is Oceania continent and Micronesia or Caribbean region has a particularly a least country. Yes or no? Or I can say one. Pradeep sir, any doubt related to this?
No, sir. No.
Candidate? Okay, perfect. So my second question is, Shivani, can I particularly perform multiple order by as like we have performed multiple group by operation? I want to particularly order by this with like multiple columns. Okay, Pradeep sir, can we do the same with order by as we perform in group by concept? So answer is guys, yes. We can perform multiple order by. Let me just show this, right? So the first ordering what I want is continent. Okay, Sivani? I want you have to particularly sort this continent alphabetically. I'll say order by continent. Order by continent. There is no such requirement to write this ASC, but if you are particularly explicitly saying that, the result will remain same. Okay. And I'll say, let me order by this not average population, a total population. Total population with descending, right? Now, if you run this, you get your complete data. In Asia, what is the highest total population? Is this. Okay, Pradeep sir? In Asia, this is the highest total population, and Eastern Asia is the highest contributor region for this population. And in Asia, what is the lowest population or the minimum population? Shivani is from Middle East. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just check with this Europe. In Europe, Pradeep sir, which exactly contributes the highest population or the total population for like particularly the maximum total population is from Eastern Europe, and the Baltic countries or the Nordic countries contributes the minimum population. Yes or no? So in this way, we have sorted our data into two orders. The first with ascending order for continent, and the second one is descending order for total population. So Shivani, can I just perform the multiple ordering? Yes or no? Yes, we can
Yes, sir.
perform more than two also. Right? Pradeep sir, any doubt related to this?
No, sir. No.
No? Perfect. Suppose candidate, I want to particularly limit my result. Okay, let me just run this. Okay, this is the basic. This one is the basic group by query. Yes or no? Okay. If I just run this, it will give me the result something like this. And let me just alias this as total population, right? So, Shivani, I know that all these are the records of these particular MySQL statements or SQL statements, right? What I want is top three populated continent. What I want, Shivani, top three populated continent, or let us say this a top five. Okay, Pradeep sir. So I'll write something this limit my result. After this group by, I'll say five. Limit five. Pradeep sir, any doubt? This limit 5 will limit the result and it will only give you the 5 result. This limit should be the last statement. It is only be used when it is the last statement. Yes or no? If we are using it with order by, so after order by we can use this limit statement. It will limit the result. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, no.
So if I just want particularly bottom three like total population. So first of all, let me just order this group by continent, then order by this total population, and then I'll say limit the result limit the result to 5, and it is the least populated continent. Can I say this? This is not like least populated, although the continent is like very much populated, but I can say according to data, this is the top 5 least populated. Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, if I just change this query to particularly like this, order by total population descending, right? What about this, Pradeep sir? Pradeep sir, what kind of result that we get after running this statement?
Sir,
Shivani,
most popular.
okay, most populated, right? I can say. So it will say Asia, Europe, Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, and South Africa. Let me just change this to 3 and it will definitely give me the 3 results, right? So candidate, we can use this group by, order by, and limit concept, right, with all these multiple statements. Okay, so this is the power of this group by, order by, and limit. We can limit our the overall result. The second approach to particularly limit this result is use this button, but this is not recommended, right? We have to write this query to particularly limit out result. Shivani, any doubt related to this?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Let me just check. So group by, limit, ascending, descending, aggregation function, and order by. I think we have completed all these topics. Yes or no? Can it? Any doubt? Suppose, Shivani, I want to particularly store this result in a temporary view, so that once I want to particularly fetch this view, it will not be so much of particularly difficult to call this answer or records again and again. Yes or no? Okay, Pradeep sir, I want to particularly store this temporary result in a temporary view, and that topic is called view. View is a temporary virtual table. View is a temporary virtual table of your some
Query.
SQL records. Okay, Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No.
Okay, so suppose I don't want to run this again and again. I'll just simply store this, create view, and followed by view name. What kind of view you want to give? Suppose I want to give this as group view, grouped grouped view, and Shivani, I'll just simply write as, and after writing this as, just paste all the statement, right? And this will create a view as this code. Create view with the name of this grouped view, and you have to just simply paste this statement that I want to particularly create a virtual table or a virtual view for these given particularly records or statements. Shivani, Mohit, Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So can it, if I just run this, okay, it will say no database is selected. So I have to be make sure that we have to particularly give this inside database. So I'll say, because I want to store this view inside world database, yes or no? I'll say create view world.grouped view. If I run this is perfect. Now suppose I want to particularly get this data in this next tab or in this new query tab. So I can just simply say, Shivani, select star from your virtual table name. What was your virtual table name? Group view. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt?
Yes.
I'll just say select star from world dot group view. Mohit, any doubt? Now, if I just
No,
run
sir.
this, I'll get that particular answer that I have created in this view. Yes or no? So in this same way, you can particularly create this kind of view. Mohit, Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir.
Shivani?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Now let me just write this create or replace view and with the name world dot group view as. Now this time I just only want to fetch the group data, which is like this. Okay, this one. Okay, candidate, let me just run this. This is my result, right? I want to fetch this, or ignore this. Okay, no issue. Just copy this, and I want to particularly work like this. Okay, any doubt, candidates? This is the final statement. What exactly that mean, Pradeep sir? Create or replace view. Shivani, my previous group view was related to this result. Yes or no? So if I want to alter my view, I can write this statement, create or replace view. If there is no such view related to this, it will try to create this. If it is already created, it will try to replace this with a
Replacement.
statement.
Yes.
Okay. Shivani, any doubt? No.
No, sir.
If you run this, there is no such error. Now let me just check inside new query tab, select star from world dot group view and it will give you that grouped result. Yes or no? In this way, candidate, you can store your all data into a virtual table to particularly like this is something like storing a result inside a variable, and that particularly variable is called a view, a temporary view. Pradeep sir, any doubt? Candidate, you can run any function over this view, right? Like this, select count star of this something this, and it will say this is overall the 25 data. Any doubt, Shivani?
No, sir.
Perfect, guys. So candidate, our next topic is joins. A joins is like if we want to particularly join two table with the help of primary or foreign key, I can just use this concept, joins. Okay, in MySQL we have different kinds of joins. The first join is called, Pradeep sir, inner join. The second join is called, Shivani, left join. Third is
Right. Right join.
right join. Fourth is
Outer
Cross join.
join.
cross join. Fifth is
Self
self
join.
join. And Shivani, you have the sixth one is outer join.
Outer.
But there is some limitation of joins in MySQL, right? All these join, like there are like particularly these types of concept, but it's not like that you can perform all the joins in all the SQL languages or like in all RDBMS or DBMS tools. Okay, So this is the joins. Why there is requirement of these kinds of joins? Let me just show this. Suppose we have two table, and the two table is inside this joins database. I have two table. Okay. So first I'll comment this out. Let me start with use joins database, and inside this database I have two table, which is select star from salary, employee details tech, employee details tech. This is my employee detail. Okay, Mohit, this is my employee detail, right? Let me copy this employee detail in this paint. Pradeep sir, any doubt? This is my employee detail. Now, Shivani, the question is, I want to particularly check what is the salary of this employee ID Mohit. He is working in IT department as a data analyst, and their corresponding manager ID is this. And right now he's working in on project A5, and his like particularly salary ID is S5. Okay, but I want to check what exactly the salary is. Pradeep sir, is there any salary column like given inside this table as of now? No. Yes or
No, sir.
no? But there
No, sir,
is
no.
some column, and it says the
Salary
column
ID.
is salary ID. Yes or no? What is the salary ID of this Mohit? S5, right? Now let me just open the next table, which is salary details tag. So now in this salary details tag, Mohit, I'll have all the salary ID and their corresponding value. So once I particularly achieve this kind of data, don't you think I'll just simply check, okay, this is the S5, right? This is the S5, and we'll check what exactly the S5 is, where the S5 is, this one. And S5 gives you the salary, perks and benefit of 70,000. Shivani, can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now the problem is, if I just want to particularly calculate a values for one rows only, we have to manually search this, right? Don't you think there should be some like particularly procedure to call all the values with with respect to salary ID? Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? No? So first of all, guys, to learn this concept, you have to be make sure about two things. The first thing is primary key. So this is my table one, and the name of table one is employee details. Okay. So Shivani, which values is must and compulsory to be present there? Which is the must value? Employee ID, can I say this? Right? So employee ID is my primary key, because there, like if someone is working in this company, suppose the name is like Salman Khan, and I don't know what exactly the employee ID is, but his designation is like I know he's an intern, and he's working in HR department, and their corresponding manager ID is null, project ID is null, and salary ID is also null. But what are the things that are mandatory to particularly be in this table? It's employee ID, yes or no, candidates?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so employee ID is called a primary key. So employee ID is a primary key for this employee table, and in the same way, the salary ID is a primary key for this Pradeep sir salary table. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now guys, here you are seeing that this salary ID is also available in this employee ID or in this employee table. So Mohit, is it like something one table's primary key is available in second table's? Yes or no? Can I say this? So
Yes,
whenever
sir.
is there any like particularly this type of common column, this type of common column is called foreign key. Why I am saying this salary ID as a foreign key? Because the salary ID is a primary key of salary table. Can I say this, Shivani?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what exactly the difference between primary key and a like foreign key? Pradeep sir, Shivani, Mohit.
So foreign key is the primary key for some other table.
Yeah, perfect. Foreign key is a primary key of some other table. Yes or no? So if we are creating any relationship or establishing any relationship or joins, we have to make sure that there should be some common column, and that common column should be primary key and foreign key. Yes or no? So if we are creating a joins or establishing a joins, we have to particularly make sure that this is the primary key and this is the foreign key. Now I have to particularly join this two table so that the result something look like this. Okay, Shivani? But I know that for S1 the salary is perfect. Yes or no? For S2 the salary is also perfect. For S5 the salary is perfect. But there is no such S23. Yes or no? Is there any S23 inside the salary ID? No. So if we like particularly don't find any value related to any given values, the result that it would return is a null value. Okay, and here we are already getting null value, and it will give the null value as well for this also. So let me just color this with null value. Okay, Shivani, this is going to be null value and this is going to be null value. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir, no.
So the process of getting columns value from another table to a primary table, or I can say from secondary table to a primary table, in Excel this concept is called VLOOKUP, and in MySQL or joins this types of concept is called joins. Yes or no? Mohit, any doubt related to this?
No, sir.
No? So candidate, now the concept is what do you understand by inner join? So inner join try to fetch the common values of left table and
Both,
right table.
right,
Shivani,
both
this
table,
is
yes.
called left table. This one is left table and this one is right
Right
table.
table.
Okay. And what are the possible common values of this left table and right table with respect to this common column salary ID and salary ID? Shivani, let me know. What are the common values that are available in both columns?
S1, S2, S3,
S1 to
S4,
S5,
S5.
perfect. S1 to S5. So if I just run or if I just use inner join concept, it will give me just common values only. It will give me the common values only, right? So candidate, if we are creating join in both two table, left and right, if we are using inner join, it will give me how many rows? Candidate, in left table we have 7 rows, in right table we have 10 rows. But if we are establishing a inner join to particularly connect all these table, how many rows like particularly will be in my
5.
answer? 5.
Rows.
Pradeep sir, is it
Yes,
perfect? Yes or no?
yes, yes.
So guys, how to particularly write query for inner join? Candidate, queries to particularly write a joins is very easy. Just you have to learn a single join concept which is called inner join. And if we are implementing any another join, it's very easy to learn and use also. So first of all, Shivani, you have to write select star from left table name. What is your left table name? Left table name is your employee details tech. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt? Select
No,
star
sir.
from employee details tag. So Pradeep sir, I have to give aliasing for this employee table or left table. Can I just say this, Mohit? This is my left table. Select star from employee details tag as left table. Pradeep sir, can I say this?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now press enter and just write inner join. Just write inner join. And Shivani, after writing this inner join, you have to call second table or right table.
Second table.
What is my second table? Salary
Salary detail.
details tag,
Tech.
right? And again give this name as right table. Any doubt? Now,
No,
if
sir.
we are particularly running this statement, it will try to give me the all values, and this value is called cross join, right? It will try to fetch all the values. So you have to give the condition where it will check the common values. Yes or no? So Pradeep sir, you will write on the common column from both left and right table, where on left table
Dot
each column is like particularly similar to right table. Yes or no? Salary ID. So
salary ID, yes.
on left dot salary ID Shivani is equals to
Right
right
table
table
dot
dot
salary detail
salary
dot get.
ID. Okay, and this is
Yeah.
the final statement. If you
Yes.
just run this, candidate, you will get only the 5 rows as a result. Why? Because this inner join try to particularly pull all the columns, but the common values in context of rows only. The interviewer might ask, right, how many column I would get if I just run this inner join. So the join is not related to the column context. The join is related to the rows context,
Yes.
right?
Contest.
I can
Yes.
control the number of columns what I want, but I cannot control the number of rows if the join is fixed. Yes or no?
Yes.
Mohit, any doubt related to this?
No, sir.
No. So the final rows is 5, and we are getting the all values, right? Mohit earning is this, Ravi salaries is this, Aman salary is this. But the problem here is, Shivani, we are getting salary ID 2 times. Yes or no? Why?
Yes, sir.
Because we are saying you have to select star. Star means each columns from left table and as well as from right table. Yes or no? It will try to call all the columns from left as well as right. Now, Pradeep sir, to particularly control this, what we can do?
We can give the column name only, not the
Perfect. We
star.
can give the column name, right?
Yes.
So, Shivani, instead of just calling this value, this equal statement, I can just simply say candidate. Let me just simply write this EID is employee ID, this name, and suppose I just only want to pick the salary. I know that the salary is from right table and EID is from left table and name is from left table. If I just run this, I'll get the possible 3 columns only. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? Guys,
No, sir.
there is no such problem in this code. The problem is I am not sure that. Can you tell me where we are like where particularly I'll getting this salary? Is this is my part of like primary table or this one is a part of secondary table or right table? There is no such specific answer for that. Yes or no? Can we to particularly check this? We have to run this. Yes or no? So instead
Yes.
of calling this, I can just simply say employee get employee ID from left table. Suppose I am getting salary ID. Let me just write this SALARY salary ID. If I just run this employee ID, name, salary, and salary ID. Guys, just wait. SALARY, right? Let me just check this. Okay. And this is the problem, right? Let me just write this salary ID. And Shivani, we are getting error, right? Salary ID. Why? The problem why we are getting salary ID because the salary ID now this time is from not particularly declared from which table, from left table or from right table. Yes or no, Shivani?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to particularly call this, we have to say call this employee ID from left table. And Mohit, to make it simple, I'll just call this left table as L and right table as R. Yes or no?
Or yes.
And here I
Yes,
can
sir.
just simply remove this L and R. And you can say L dot EID, L dot ename, and R dot salary. Yes or no, Shivani? I know that now this time this salary is coming from R. I cannot say that L dot salary because there is no such salary column in left table. Yes or no?
Electric. Yes.
I can just simply say R dot salary. Mohit, any doubt? No?
No, sir.
Now you can call salary ID. So suppose I want to call salary ID as well. Before this, before this L name, I can say L dot salary underscore ID. Yes or no, guys? And I'm getting the perfect answer. Employee ID, salary ID, name, and salary. Shivani, again, you can give the aliasing as well. Write this like this as EMP ID, as salary ID, as EMP name, and as EMP salary. Please, sir, any doubt? Now we are getting the
No, sir.
perfect result. Yes or no, Shivani? So this types of particularly query definitely like it is like on multiple lines, but the query looks very similar. Mohit, any doubt related to this? No?
No, sir.
Now, uh, let me just start with different types of join. Shivani, suppose we are performing inner join, so there is no such constraint that we have to give the inner name also. Pradeep sir, if I just simply run this join, it will try to run the inner join only. If we are using this on concept, right? And Shivani, we are getting the same result. Yes or no?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me just remove this as star. Now this is my inner join, right, candidates? Now what about left join? Please, sir. What do you understand by left join?
Uh, give the all columns of the all data,
Not columns, rows, right? Give
yes,
all
rows
rows
matching
from
rows
left,
in the left table and only matching rows in the right table.
matching and common from right. I can say this, Mohit, yes or no? Give all rows from left
Yes,
and
sir.
common matching from right. Shivani,
Yes,
any doubt? No?
No, sir.
So I can just simply say how I can perform this right left join. Guys, very easy.
it's a
Just
left to
write
right,
left over there.
left side. Yes,
Yes or no?
so
Now all rows from left table. How many rows are in left table, Shivani? 7.
7.
And how many rows are in right table, Mohit? 10. Yes or no? But
Yes,
if
Yes, sir.
we are running or if we are performing left join, what will be the final rows? It's
So
7. Why?
7.
7 rows. Yes,
Why, Pradeep sir?
because
Because we are
only
performing
5 rows
left join.
is matching from the right table and 7 rows in left table.
You know, because we have overall 7 rows in left table, that's why the final result cannot be more than this 7 rows. Yes or
7
no?
is yes,
Shivani, any doubt? Now,
No,
because
sir.
there is no such null and S23 inside this right table, so it will try to give the value, but it will not fetch the value. So this time it will give you the null value, right? And if you just run this, and it will give you the null value. Yes or no, Mohit? Any doubt? Or from S1 to S5, it will fetch all the values, but there is no such null SID, salary ID. That's why it's giving this as null. And there is no such S23 salary ID. That's why it's giving this null value. Yes or no? So Mohit, can I say that if I am using left join, the chances of getting null value is on the right side? Pradeep sir, can I say this statement?
yes,
Mohit, yes or no?
Yes,
If
sir.
I am particularly using left join, the chances of getting null values is on right side, right? And the interviewer might also ask you this question, which is left join versus left outer join. Candidate, there is no such differences between left join and left outer join. The names are different, but the works are same, right?
yes.
Left join and left outer join is the same
The
join.
same then.
Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
And again, Shivani, you can just reshuffle this. You can also say r dot salary ID is equals to l dot salary ID. There is no such problem in this. Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
Because we are particularly using left join, that's why we are getting the overall 7 rows and the chances of getting null is on right side. Right. Now, what about the right join, Shivani?
Sir, chances will be on left side.
chances will be on
Yes.
left side, and the total rows will be the total counting of like overall result would be
So
10
10.
rows. Yes or no, Mohit? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
if I just run this statement, it will try to give all the values from right table and whatever the possible matching values from left table, and the rest values are null. Pradeep sir, yes or no? Because there is no such matching. That's why we are getting null values. Mohit, any doubt related to this topic?
No,
Shivani, Pradeep sir?
No, sir.
No. Okay, candidate. So, Mohit, Mohit, can I say that right join is also similar as right outer join?
yes, sir.
Right, perfect. Okay. Now, what about the cross join?
It's a Cartesian product of both.
So, Shivani, cross join try to calculate all the possible combination, permutation and combination, right?
Yes, yes.
It will try to check whether S1 is present in S1. It will try to check with this S2. It will check with this S3 also, or not check. It will give all the possible combination value. Okay. So this S1 check with this particular S10 value. It means one row checking with 10 rows. So what could be the total final rows in our result?
70 rows.
70 rows. Yes or no,
Yes,
Shivani?
yes,
So if I
Yes.
just run this cross join, two ways we can run this cross join. The first way, I can just simply say join and remove this on statement. Join and remove this on statement. Yes or no? It will give me the 70 rows in return. Yes or no, Mohit?
yes,
Answer
yes,
is 70 rows, right?
Yes, sir.
It will try to particularly check all possible values with all, right? You can say S5 is checking with S1, S5 is checking with S2, S5, S3, S5, S4, S5, 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 S6. Yes or no, Shivani? Now
Yes, sir.
this is the first way. And what about the second way? This one is second way. You can use the cross join also like this. Okay, Pradeep sir, and you will
yes,
get the
sir.
same result.
Same
Now,
result.
Shivani, if you just use this cross join, and again if you use the same concept, which is L dot salary id is equals to r dot salary id candidate, it will convert this cross join into inner join again. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because we are saying
Yes,
you have to run this cross join, but give me only that value where it satisfies this condition,
this
where
condition.
left of
Yes,
salary id is exactly same as right of salary id.
so magic.
Shivani, any doubt? So cross
No,
join
sir.
will behave same if we are using this on, and inner join will behave same if we eliminate the on condition. Yes or no? This kind of
Yes,
question can be asked in your interviews. Mohit, any doubt related to this?
Sir, can we use where instead of on?
Yeah, of course, we can use where clause as well, right? But for this cross join only, we cannot use where clause in any of join, right? We can use where clause just for cross join only. Okay, Shivani? Right? Where. But suppose we are performing left join, we cannot use this where clause. Okay, Pradeep sir?
yes, sir.
Suppose this is my inner join, right? I can use with inner join also, but suppose this is my left join, it will give me an error. Yes or no, Mohit? Because inner join and cross join can be used vice versa, right? If we are eliminating or including, but we cannot use this with left join or right join. Shivani, it's clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the final join is, guys, there is no such outer join in this MySQL. I can run particularly self join. What do you mean by self join, Pradeep sir?
Joining the table by itself.
Yeah, joining a table by itself. So there is no such self join statement, Pradeep sir. Okay, there is no such
Yes,
self join statement. Here you are seeing that it's again giving an error, right? So what I'll say, select star from left table. What is my left table for this time, Mohit? left table is employee detail as L. Okay. And Shivani, you
Yes,
can
sir.
just simply call your second table as well without giving the join constraint. Salary details stack as R. And guys, this is called the self join. Yes or no? If you just run this, it will give you the 70 rows again. No, I think I am using a particularly different table. Yes or no? This is the same way you are getting the same cross join result also, but you have to call the same table again. Yes or no, Shivani? So let me just remove
Yes,
this
sir.
and I'll pick this again. And this time this one is L and this time this one is R, and I'll employee details something this employee details as R, and this will give me this result. Mohit, any doubt?
No, sir.
Left to left. Now it will try to particularly check all the combination with itself like this. Yes or no, Pradeep sir? It will try to fetch all possible combinations. This employee ID is particularly checking with this also, yes or no? This with this also, and so on. So what would be the final rows value? Total counting of rows? We have 7 and we have 7.
Sorry.
49.
49, yes or no?
49.
And we are
Yes.
getting the 49 rows in return. Okay, Mohit? Now, what is the use of this self join? Suppose I want to like particularly create a group for multiple employees for same department. I can say select something this where L dot department is same as R dot department, right? The L dot department is same as R dot department. And instead of just calling all the star or all the column, I can say call L dot name or R dot name and L dot, not like this, L dot name, L dot department, L dot name, L dot department, R dot name, and R dot department. Okay, okay, Shivani. And if you just run this, it will give you something this kind of result, right? Like this. So I can create a group with Akshay Dhania and Aman. Yes or no? Because Akshay Dhania and Aman are from same department. Yes or no, candidate? Any
Yes, sir.
doubt? I
No,
can
sir.
No,
create
sir.
group between Karan and Ravi because they are from same department. So this is called self join. Let me just show you the basic set constraint of these kinds of join. If we are guys performing inner join, the set diagram is same as intersection of set like this. Okay, Mohit? And
Yes,
this
sir.
is your left table, this is your right table, and the values that is common in both table is your inner join. Shivani, any doubt? What about the left
No,
join?
sir.
This is your left table. This one is your right table. And because we are establishing or creating a particularly left join, so I have to particularly select this and select this. Show the common values also, right? Like this. Okay. What about the right join? Pradeep sir, this table and this table, and it will give the common values from this and right table also. What about the full outer join, guys? The full outer join is like Mohit something this. Okay, guys, we have performed the full outer join is in Power BI. Yes, yeah, no. It will
Yes, sir.
give the all values from left table, right table, and common also. Right. What about the self join? Self join is very easy, right? Self join is like this one is your left table and the same is one is right table, right? And if we are particularly fetching all the values, so this is my self join, and similar with like cross join, but with the not with the different table, with the like same table. And if we are particularly working on any condition, so I can say it will just only return you the common values, right? This is something like this. Shivani, any doubt? I'll say where L department not is equals to R dot department. Now it will give me the REST combination, HR and IT, HR and IT, IT and HR. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, any doubt? So the yellow portion is this, the not is equals to, and the blue portion is equals to. Shivani, any doubt, Pradeep sir?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So candidate, in this way, we have performed a major task in SQL statement or MySQL. So for further practice, you can refer this website and very easy to particularly practice this. You can use this for your Python also, right? And where is MySQL? Where is MySQL? Here, right? This one, candidate, right? Update, limit, maximum count. And we have used almost, yes or no? Group by having. Exist is very easy. So suppose I want to particularly write, suppose Shivani, I want to create a database if not exist. I know that the ISRO is has already been created. Yes or no? By some user. Mohit, is it so? We have already existing database which is ISRO. Yes or no? Pradeep sir,
Yes, sir.
right? So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
say create database if not exist. If not exist. What is my database name? ISRO, right? So if ISRO is not present in my database, it will try to create it. But this time, because it is a part of my database and it will say cannot create database, Shivani, why? Because this database is already has been created. Now I can say NASA, right? And it will create the NASA database. Yes or no? Let me just show you. It is NASA. IJKLMNOP. Yes or no? This one is NASA. Okay, Shivani? This is not NASA. NASA. Pradeep sir, any doubt? So candidate, this
No, sir.
website definitely helps you to perform all the statements, right? Insert into null values, right? These are the constraint, auto increment. We can use create index also, right? These are the basic MySQL statements. So you can particularly refer this website to perform all the REST procedures or aliases or whatever topics. Any doubt, Shivani?
No, sir.
Candidate, yes or no? Candidate, any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
No? Perfect. Now, let me just move to another topic. So, candidate, our basic task is to, particularly if we are working as a web developer, we have to connect this MySQL to a website, yes or no? If we are working as a data analyst, we have to connect this MySQL with Python, yes or no, Mohit? Right? So, our
Yes, sir.
second task is to connect MySQL with this Python, right? So let me just open your folder and I'll particularly tell you how to connect your MySQL to Python and what is the use of it. Mohit, any doubt, like any guess related to this? What is the use of particularly connecting this Python to MySQL? Shivani? Hmm?
So like we can store our data into server.
Yeah, we can store data into server, and if we are particularly working on any data frame or any user input, we can directly get input from user with the help of coding, and I can directly store inside this database. Yes or no, Shivani? Right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why there is a requirement of connecting. That's why we have particularly learned this MySQL so far, right? Because our major task is to not only just learn MySQL. We have already implemented the lots of basic and intermediate concept, right? But the major task is to connect this MySQL to a Python or any another programming languages. So Python connectivity to MySQL. Guys, I'll tell you how to connect this Python to MySQL. I'll tell you how to connect Python to SQL Server. And if there is no such database management system, I can use SQLite 3, which is inbuilt Python MySQL, or I can say which is inbuilt Python SQL. Yes or no? So first of all, if you want to connect this Python to MySQL, make sure you have already MySQL installed in your system. Yes or no? This is a basic primary requirement. The second requirement, you have to install a library which is called PyMySQL. What is that, Pradeep sir? MySQL. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir.
So how to particularly install this? You can just simply say install MySQL, but no need to directly run this. Run this code, is this over this Google, and then particularly copy this type of code and then run this, because we are not sure that developers might have used this concept or this type of case sensitivity, right? So now you have to run this because I have already installed this PyMySQL. Now I can just simply comment this out. Shivani, any doubt?
No,
Now
sir.
you have to be make sure that because you have already imported this PyMySQL. Now guys, there is a fixed code in this connectivity. If you are practicing this multiple times, this is going to be very easy. But if you found any difficulties, just try to learn this. Okay, Pradeep sir, any doubt? So you will
No,
say,
sir.
I'm importing this PyMySQL as py. I'm importing this with aliasing, right? Inside this py, Mohit, we have a method which is called connect. Shivani, this is not mandatory that if you are connecting your Python to MySQL, your like MySQL should be open. It's not like that. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that statement is clear? What is that statement? It's not mandatory that your MySQL should be open if you are connecting this with Python or any programming language. Mohit, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, there are some basic things that you have to follow. This icon is called user and the username is called root. What is the username? Root. And who is the
Root.
host provider? The host provider is localhost. The localhost is called system. Yes or no? Mohit, any doubt?
No, sir.
So user is root and the host provider is localhost. This is the basic two terms. You have to give these two terms. Who is user? Shivani, who is user? Root. Okay.
Root.
And what is the password for this user? The password for this user is you have to give in string, yes or no? My password is 1401. Pradeep sir, any doubt? And who
No,
is
sir.
host provider? The host provider is
Localhost.
localhost. Again, you have to give this in string. This is the fixed code, Shivani. Very easy, very basic to learn. Very easy to implement as well. Right? So is there any specific database that I want to connect? Pradeep sir, if there is any specific database, then I can just simply write ISRO. But as of now, I don't want to connect to any specific database. I want to connect this Python to my complete MySQL. So I'll just ignore this. Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Whatever like query that we are running inside this Python, it should be auto committed. Like if we are creating database with the help of Python, it should be reflect in this MySQL also. Yes or no, Mohit? Right?
Yes.
So I'll say auto commit is equals to true. It's by default is false. What is the meaning of this auto commit true, Rajiv sir? It says whatever the queries that you are running, it should be permanent. It is not temporary. It is not temporary that you have just particularly deleted this database and once you again open this, it will not like it will show you the database again. This is not like that. Okay. Puff. Any doubt related to this? No?
No, sir.
So can it, if you just run this, Shivani, it will give you the connection at this particular this memory address. You have to make this or you have to store this inside this con variable or con is called connection variable. Shivani, any doubt?
No,
Deep sir,
sir.
this is very basic argument that you have to give as a Python developer. Guys, we started with Python, we completed the MySQL concept, and again we are particularly connecting this Python to MySQL. And in upcoming classes, definitely we'll continue with this topic only. Yes or no? Any doubt? Candidates? No?
No, sir.
No,
Shivani,
sir.
any doubt? Perfect. Now, once you particularly created this connection, you have to write this message connection created uh, successfully. Any doubt, Mohit? So instead of particularly writing this, can I, Mohit, say make connection is a function? Make connection is a function, and this is the code you have to run this again and again. If somehow I like particularly forget it to connect, I can just simply call this function. if this function is particularly works perfectly, this will return true. Pradeep sir, any doubt? Make connection and it says true. Which one is easy? Particularly write this code again and again or just directly call this function? Shivani.
Function.
Function approach, right? Make connection. Whenever we are particularly using this, it will particularly this. So if we are particularly making connection, instead of this return true, it should return connection. It should return what? Connection. Whenever we are particularly running this function, it will return a connection, right? Connection. Okay. So Shivani, you have to make a cursor. The cursor is a person or a cursor is a variable which is responsible to run or execute any query. So you have to make a object or a variable which is cursor. And with the help of this cursor, okay, with the help of this cursor, cursor, cursor. Let me run this, and you have to print this. Done. Now, Pradeep sir, what is that CUR? This CUR is my cursor. This cursor is responsible for everything. If we are executing any query, we have to execute with the help of this cursor. Shivani, these two codes are fixed. And after this, particularly, you can particularly run any query. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir, no.
Okay, perfect. Now, what is your query? Shivani, you have to write this query in this simple code. I want to fetch all the databases. Can I write the query as like this? We know that show databases give you the list of all databases. Yes or no, Mohit? Like this?
Yes, sir.
So, candidate, this is not like that. It should be open. Show databases. Show data, BSES, and don't forget to close this with the help of terminator. Now I know that cursor is responsible for executing this query. Inside this cursor you will find an execute method, and you can just simply say Shivani execute this queue. If you just run this, it will give you the result how many databases it has particularly fetched.
Sixty-two.
Total overall 62 databases.
Yes, sir.
It's your responsibility to fetch all the values. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt? Inside this
No, sir.
cursor, you can say fetch all. Fetch all is responsible for fetching all the data. Can I say that Mohit store all this data inside result? Mohit, yes or no? Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I just simply print this result, Shivani, don't you think these are the list of databases? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the basic thing is that if you want to convert this tuple of tuple, this is guys tuple of tuple. Let me just show you what is the type of this result. The type of this result is tuple. Yes or no? You can just simply run a for loop over this result and you can just simply print I. But as of now, I don't want to print this I. What I want to make this as a table. So for that, I'll use a pandas. Yes or no? Import pandas as PD. And Shivani, the very basic thing is that I can just simply give this result to this data frame and it will give me the complete table. Similar with the MySQL one. Yes or no? Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, Mohit, any issue related to this?
No, sir.
Pradeep sir?
No, sir, no.
No, candidate. But the problem is we are not getting the column name, right? Because the result only give you the rows value. It not give you the column value. To particularly call a column value, because we have executed this query with the help of cursor, we particularly fetch all the records with the help of this cursor. So the cursor is only responsible to fetch the column as well. So I can just write cursor dot description. Cursor dot description is particularly the first value is called a column name. The first value is called a column name. Shivani, any doubt?
No, sir.
No. So can I run list comprehension for I in this cursor dot description? Just give me the zeroth value. Why the zeroth value? Because I only want this the column name. Yes or no? Not the rest data. Candidate, any doubt? Mohit,
sir.
can I just store this inside call name? Mohit, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any issue related to this code? No? Shivani, inside this pd.data frame, we have one argument which is called column name. What the column name that you want to give? And I can also simply write this database. But right now, I don't want to write this manually. Yes or no? Because this time the database name is very easy. But after if we run the REST queries, we have to particularly give the column name dynamically. Yes or no? Shivani? So I'll say column, you have to fetch columns from the column name, and this is my result. Any doubt, Pradeep sir?
No, sir,
Let
no.
me know. Okay, so Shivani, this is not that we have completed this topic. Let me just write this code again. So I want to particularly fetch select star from world dot country. Yes or no, Mohit? Where, guys, why we are using triple quote? Because we know that the MySQL queries can be multiple lines. Yes or no? So that's why we are using this triple quote. You have to give the select world.country where the continent is from Europe, because we are calling this string. Shivani, we have to give this in double quotes. Although we are writing all statements in string, but we have to make sure that we'll give the individual string in string only. EUROPE. And just close this query. Shivani, any doubt?
No,
Select
sir.
start from world.country where continent is equals to Pradeep sir, Europe. Candidate, I think you are facing some issues or like a particularly problem with this topic. Is it so? Mohit,
No, sir.
Shivani,
No, sir.
Pradeep sir?
No, sir, no.
No?
No.
Okay. So guys, because we have created this query, second task is to execute this. Yes or no, Shivani?
Yes,
If I
sir.
just execute this, it will say the total records that it has particularly fetched. I'll say again the same code. Mohit, store all the result inside this result with the help of cursor.fetchAll.
Okay.
Shivani, any doubt? No? And how
No,
to
sir.
particularly get all the column name? To get all the column name, you have to write cursor.description and run for loop over this cursor.description and get the zeroth value. Zeroth, because I know that the zeroth value is my column name. Yes or no? Mohit, any doubt?
Yes. No, sir.
Now, create a table with this pd.data frame and pass this result and pass this columns is equals to call name, candidate, and finally return this table. Don't you think this one is the data? Only Europe? Yes or no? Shivani, any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Suppose I want
No,
to
sir.
limit this result. Limit 5. I know that limit 5 is only to particularly limit the 5 result. Limit 2. Pradeep sir, yes or no? Don't you think that all SQL queries are running perfectly?
Yes, yes.
Right? So in this way, candidate, we can connect our SQL or MySQL to Python, and we can control all databases. In fact, we can create table, we can create database, we can create anything, we can fetch any result with the help of SQL query. Mohit, any doubt?
No, sir.
Shivani.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I, candidate, just convert this statement into function? Not right now, it's your task. Okay. So now this time, let me just copy all this query and I'll just change this statement. Shivani, I want to particularly group my data based on continent. Select continent, right? And sum of population. Yes or no? Rajiv sir, is this one is the group by query? Yes or no? Select continent, sum of population from world dot country. Shivani, is it? And then group by this with the help of continent. And let me just run this. Don't you think it's giving me the complete answer and the same answer that I was getting in the MySQL? Pradeep sir, if you try to particularly change this column name, you can just give CONTINENT continent, and sum of population as
Total population.
TOTAL, total
Population.
population, right? And if you just run this, POPULATION, right? Guys, there is some issue. As TOTL, POPULA,
Continent.
sorry, NANT, which is continent. Yes or no? Shivani, we are getting the same result, right? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Suppose we want to order by this with the help of total population. Order by with total. It's not like that you have to give the total population as the same case. You can just simply give total population and it will give you the order by. And you know that if you want to make it descending, you can just pass descending. Yes or no? Pradeep sir, we are getting the same result, right? And if you want to make limit this result, you can just simply say 3. Candidate, just let me know. This one is easy or not, right? The main thing that you have to work is the SQL query. Yes or no? Because the rest code is same and you have to repeat this code again and again. Candidate, any doubt related to this topic?
No, sir.
No.
Mohit, Pradeep sir, no? So guys,
No.
your task is to particularly create a database, create a table, create everything with help of this, particularly this query. And Mohit, make sure that you have to pass the same query as you particularly write in MySQL, right? If you are particularly writing everything in double quotes, if you are inserting records in double quotes, make sure that you will give the same records in double quotes also in this Python, right? You have to give
Yes.
the exact same query. Don't particularly just that okay, this is also already a string. There is no such requirement to particularly give a string in quotes only, right?
Yes.
Pradeep sir, any doubt? Okay, guys. So this is enough for today, right? And candidate, I think I'll not be available in next particularly weekend class. So if there is any changes or particularly if it is required that you can connect on weekdays, then I'll definitely let you know. Mohit, if you don't available, you can just like particularly cover your class with the recording if it is possible. And the second thing is that I can also give you the recording lectures of other batches or other classes as well if you try to particularly cover all these topics. Yes or no? Okay,
Yes, sir.
Shivani. So I'll let you know in like whatever if there is any changes. Pradeep sir, perfect. So candidate, you have to
Okay, sir.
perform all these SQL queries and try to run and connect with this MySQL. Oh, yes, Mohit. You asking something? Shivani,
No,
any
sir.
question?
No, sir.
Yeah, Mohit. Pradeep sir, any question?
No, sir. No.
Mohit? No?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, perfect. So candidate, I'll just stop this recording.